Okay, well, so I've got Koa here along for the ride. This is my wild and crazy story that I've been wanting to tell you guys for a while. So I want to start here. It's 2013. I own a property management firm. I also own an insurance PNC insurance agency. I've owned it for years, but in 2013 things started to collapse and I eventually went bankrupt. Now, this collapse was due to a heavy alcohol problem, a heavy cocaine addiction, opiate addiction, downers addiction, led to my divorce. I lost custody of my daughter, and a slew of legal problems, one after the other. My family wanted nothing to do with me. My friends wanted nothing to do with me. They started to all turn their back on me. And to be honest with you, how could I blame them? I was bringing nothing but destruction on for myself and the ones closest to me. I was charged with a felony through this time. I was facing 2 years of state prison, and I got my second DUI and completely lost my license for 5 years. Now, my addiction got so bad that if sentenced, I knew in my mind, is what I was thinking, that I couldn't go a couple hours without drugs, much less a few months or even a few years. So in 2015, before my sentencing, I packed one suitcase, got in my truck, and drove 2,800 miles across the country to Arizona. I went to go live with my uncle. Now, in my mind, I'm thinking this is my only option. This is my last desperate move to get something that sort of looks like my life back. So, in my mind, this is a new beginning, a new start, but I'm on the run. I'm running from every one of my problems and not facing them, but I'm not in the same location. And to be honest with you, looking back now, I ask myself, what in the world was I thinking? But none of us are thinking clearly when they dig themselves in such a deep, dark hole that you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. Nothing makes sense. There's no common sense in the situation that you're in. Now, little did I know where I was moving to go stay with my uncle, methamphetamine was taking over that city. I had no chance of sobriety. I had no second chance in my future. Little did I know my uncle was an addict. He lived in a trailer park that was full of addicts and full of crime. Now, I want to say this. I've always been a positive person. I've always mostly been a happy person. And I feel that spirit has never been too far from my side. But it did let me go through these experiences as a catalyst to expedite my growth in this lifetime for a certain reason. Looking back now, I see why. Just as the light needs the dark, I needed my dark times so I could eventually shine too. Now, at this point in time, I've got a bad meth problem. I'm addicted to opiates and I'm drinking every day. Nobody wants to be around somebody that has mood swings and brings problems to your home. My uncle kicked me out, and rightfully so. Now I'm staying on friends' couch wherever they would have me or whoever would have me. At this point in time, I started to sell meth or any drug that I can get my hands on. Now, by the way, as I'm going through all this, I knew in the back of my mind this part of my life was not going to define me. This is not who I'm going to be, and this is not who I was. I felt like everybody's got to go through some sort of polarity to be able to understand and appreciate the good in life. This was my tough chapter. These were my tough times. So I'm surrounded by drugs. I'm surrounded by criminals, starting to do criminal activity myself, and really creating the energy that is surrounding me. Although my heart was in the right place most of the time, the momentum of my bad choices continued to pick up, and life continued to get harder and harder. In 2017, I became completely homeless, living in the northern Arizona deserts, living in monsoon washes off the highways, living completely off the streets. And I lost 50 pounds from an addiction and hunger. Absolutely no family, no friends, in a state that I don't know, without a job, without a truck, with an addiction, and nothing to turn to. At this point in time, I'm on the run in 2 states and doing everything I possibly can just to survive. And of course, like it always does, in 2018, everything caught up to me. I was sentenced to 18 months in Arizona State Prison. Stay tuned for part 2. There's a lot more of this story for me to tell you. But please like, share, comment, and as always, remember, rise above.